Hello there, this is SME On Point. My name is Sidiabo Toy. The SME On Point is your small business slot on SABC News. Thank you so much for joining us. Traders in the traditional attire business expect to cash in this Heritage Month. September is celebrated to mark the country's diverse culture and heritage. The owner of Ladies on Duty says while this is an exciting month cash-wise, it is the only time that traditional attires actually do sell fast. This is why now she has set her eyes on servicing the Sangoma's needs, which she says that business has great potential. Take a look at this insert. Rose Chauke has been making and selling traditional wares since the 1970s. She left a job as a security guard to join many other traders at Johannesburg's Wamaimai market to start her business.
I joined a stokvel with other women, and when I received my share of the contributions, which was 5,000 Rand, I bought my first stock. With the little profit I made, I would add more stock. The business started to grow.
Chauke says she started to get orders from Tsonga and vendor-speaking people who wanted items such as shibelane that were not easily available in Johannesburg at the time.
It's mostly isiZulu traditional attires that can be found. I then decided to make chibelanis to rent them out. This allowed me to generate profit. I still rent out chibelanis and it's going great.
Businesses like that of Chauke's depend on events and months like September. This means that other months are dry.
We expect to make more money this month, and it is mostly school children who buy from us. They support us a lot because they are taught to embrace their culture at school.
Chauke says she and her sister have taken over their mother's Muti and Ubungoma fabric shop. Here, they service sangomas, initiates and traditional healers. And with the increase in the number of people responding to their spiritual calling, that business is growing. This is the business they focus on before and after Heritage Month.
We focus on traditional attire of sangomas that they dance with. With sangomas, there is no season. From January to December, people get initiated.
Chauke is so motivated by the steady growth in the Muti and Ubungoma fabric business that she's dreaming of one day establishing a mega one where she can employ lots of people. Diabo Sito, SABC News, Johannesburg. Thank you so much to Ladies on Duty for sharing their story with SME On Point. Remember that we are on Facebook. We are also on Instagram. Our handle is @SME On Point. We'd really love to hear from you. Now, with the festive season now approaching, experts are geared up to arm SMEs by making them understand and deliver on the customers' needs and finding ways to bridge various challenges to get to their own goal. So irrespective of the sector, region, customer value is a non-negotiable factor for an SME. Now, let's speak to the Chief Marketing Officer at Lulalend, Tom Stuart, who will take us through about some of the challenges that SMEs are faced with and how they can better prepare for the festive season. Tom Stuart, thank you so much for joining us on SME On Point once again. It's always great speaking to you. Because your core business is firstly funding, how is the funding landscape looking like now that, COVID has abated a bit and businesses have restarted? Do you find yourself funding more people and getting more inquiries?
Yeah, clearly, Abo, and thanks for having me on. And to answer your question, yes, the funding landscape, particularly from an SME perspective, is definitely feeling more vibrant and positive. Businesses are in a better state of financial health. That obviously opens up the possibility of increased funding for them. And I think more importantly, their mindset shifted now. Many entrepreneurs are far more positive and have a growth mindset. They're looking for opportunities to grow and they're looking for funders such as ourselves to come in and help them deliver on that potential.
Yeah, you believe that now is the perfect time for SME owners to start preparing for the festive season. There's this whole rush. Production needs to be ramped up. What kind of tips can you share with them right now about where to start in preparing as early as September?
Yeah, what we're seeing from many of our customers and picking up in the market is there's a couple of key challenges that across any sector businesses are facing. And I think our practical advice for preparing for a really successful, busy season would be to address those. And those two are really boiled down to supply chain issues and rising costs and how you manage those. So supply chain issues, for example, if you're a retailer, obviously popular items, there's a global scarcity of those. As demand has increased post-COVID, businesses around the world are chasing the same goods. So you've got to find ways to manage and plan ahead so that you've got what you want to sell in stock when the customer wants it. And then the other one is obviously inflation and the pressure that's having on costs for many businesses. If you're in the manufacturing or a construction business, a lot of your raw materials are really going through the roof in terms of their costs. So you have to factor in the increasing costs for what you will need to deliver your products or services to customers. Factor that into your margins.
Yeah.
If you're going to sell a certain item, make sure you're making profit on that. Don't be, particularly in a time of promotions and discounts around Black Friday, make sure what you're selling is at a profit.
Right. I hope you did see our featured business of the week, Ladies on Duty. Obviously, they are predominantly in the informal sector, and it is now the Heritage Month. And like Rose Chauke says, that this is the only time during the month where they're able to cash in. There are many Roses out there who have a similar business. How can you advise them about preparing for months like September and also around the festive season in December, where people are more relaxed and they want to buy wares such as roses?
Yeah, obviously forward planning is key, understanding your demand cycle, understanding where the pressure points are. For example, I spoke about if you're a retailer right now, make sure you have a good and accurate understanding of the items you want to sell. Are you going to have them ready when customers want to buy them? If there are supply chain pressures there, then focus on buying in bulk. Managing those costs accordingly. And to allow businesses to do that, what we believe is critical and what many of our customers tell us is critical is having access to funding, working capital. If you've got fast and easy access to working capital, it allows you to stay one step ahead and deal with those issues as they arise.
Yeah.
If you get the pressure to buy in bulk because you need to, or your suppliers, because of volatility in those supply chains, are saying, hey, I want you to pay up front for goods now, then having access to the working capital quickly and easily will allow you to do that.
Yeah. Would you fund a business, an informal business such as Ladies on Duty? Can they come to Lulalend to get working capital or starting capital?
What's critical for us to be able to fund a business is that they're banked, i.e. we need a bank account to be able to provide them with funding to pay that funding into. So that's really the number one basic requirement we look for. If that is the case, and then their business health allows them to take on funding, and that's the important criteria for us, because we never want to add to businesses' problems by over-indebting them. That would be reckless. But provided their business health allows it and they are a banked business, then absolutely we'd love to help.
All right, Tom Stuart, he's the Chief Marketing Officer at Lulalend, giving us the view of Lulalend and how they work and in what circumstances they'd be able to fund a business, an informal business, and of course giving those critical inputs about how, as a small business owner, you can start preparing now for the festive season to make sure that everything is in order. That's all from SME On Point for this week. Thank you so much for watching us. And of course, remember to support small businesses in your communities and make those rands and continue circulating. Your weather details are coming up next with Mpora Simpi, but for now we do say goodbye to our S3 viewers, and more news will be coming up with Nompumelelo Siziba at the top of the hour. Goodbye.